Good evening, folks. Good evening, good evening. Welcome to tonight's video. It's life in the Philippines. I guess about 5 minutes ago, we heard a big boom. And now we're sitting here, not in the dark, because we do have rechargeable lights. We're without electricity, brownout, whatever you want to call it. And it's just part of life living in the Philippines. But here in Angeles City, typically we don't have a lot of brownouts. It's the same way in Barrio Barreto, if you're on the long opposed side of the Mata N River. Very seldom do you have a brownout. Now when we lived on the Subic side, the north side of the river, I have brownouts all the time. My internet was always stable, but the electricity went out, periodically. Not too long, but it did. So like Barreto, stable power, stable internet. Angeles City, stable power, stable internet. However, this is still the Philippines. You still have brownouts everywhere. In the province, it's quite common. Some little islands, it's every day. Used to in Cebu City, they had a rolling brownout. I mean, every day part of the city would be without electricity. There's no nuclear power here in the Philippines, so the grid is taxed, the electricity is expensive, and we have a lot of brownouts. So here we are chilling. I was working on a video after, what time is it? I don't know, around 9 o'clock, somewhere in there. So at the end of my day, I was just trying to get that video like roughly edited. Gonna come in here, watch a movie, hang out with the family, get up in the morning, do the fine editing, right? And then boom! And it was close. The good thing is the kids are sleepy. We just got them fed. We got them their shower. So they're ready for bed anyhow. We were just gonna lay down and watch TV until they fell asleep. So they'll be going to bed here soon. We'd run the air con a little bit so it's cool things off. All you can do is open up the windows. You got the screens and let the cool air, the cool night breeze flow through. We're prepared with our lighting. We have lights, we have power banks, so we're not going to be sitting here in the dark. But all of the battery powered fans that we had, we either gave away or they broke or the batteries went bad. So as far as I know, we don't have any fans. So now she's saying that we do have one fan left over, but it's broken. So I told her, hey, go get it. See if we can get it working. Okay, all right, so she came back. She did find it. So if you move to the Philippines, really no matter where you live, make sure you have some rechargeable lights, some solar lights, a bunch of power banks. I mean, yes, if you're, yeah, it's low bat, sweetie. Yeah, if you have a house or what have you, and you're going to be in one place, yeah, get a generator, all that good stuff. We're too transient to buy generators and stuff like that. Matter of fact, I think is this the only rechargeable light we have right here? So we got one good camping light that I bought off of Amazon from the US, and it's holding strong. But anyhow, just be prepared. You have to be prepared with some basic rechargeable lighting, because this is what you deal with when you live here. The fans, the reason that you really need a fan, well, number one is, could get hot, what have you. We're not worried about that, but you got mosquitoes here, and that's why we run the air con and the fan at night. It's just to make sure nobody gets bit by the mosquitoes. Mosquitoes, they can't, we got a wind tunnel going on in here. So it's like camping. You go camping, you don't have a fan or anything to keep them little critters off of you. People wake up when mosquito bites. We got screens and live in a good place, but hey, this is the tropics. There's mosquitoes. So anyhow, I'm going to try to get this little fan here working. What's the odds that this fan is going to work after being stored in a bag? Nope, it ain't going to happen. But if I could get the beautiful, illustrious wife number 2 Vanna White, baby, bring me a power bank in there, please.
It's not already stored.
Let Big Daddy try to fix it, baby. Can you just hand me the power bank?
I put himself.
You got 2 hands, honey. Just hand me the power bank and the power cable in there. I'll dance at your next wedding.
You just only sit down in there.
I'm making a world famous, award-winning. They're in the middle of a brownout in your country. What can I do? Stress I'm under. Just take the light in there, baby, and just get the. You know what kind it is. See the stress I'm under, folks. And you know what I was excited about is that tonight is the blood moon. And I was so excited when I read about it. I was like, oh man, I'm getting my camera out and be filming the blood moon. Focus, focus, focus. Thank you very much, baby. And then I started reading up, and the blood moon is not visible on this side of the earth. Anyhow, you can see it in the US, but we can't see it over here. We'll be able to see another blood moon, I think, in November, like the first week in November here in the Philippines. So I'll be filming that. But just kind of funny that I thought I was going to be filming the blood moon tonight. And boom, I'm sitting here howling at the moon. With no electricity. And folks, most of the time these brownouts and Angeles or Barreto, they don't last very long. Okay? At her place in the province, in the village, shit, it's, you know, it'll be out for 4 hours, 5 hours, a day. I mean, it's unpredictable. The only thing about it that you can predict is that it's unpredictable. So you have to be more prepared. Here, they don't last long. Let me see if I can get this fan going on here. Wife number 2 says it's broken. Baby, why would you say it's broken?
It's not. Yeah, I tried to charge it.
You tried to charge it and it won't charge? Alright, so we got the cord here. Okay, Papa's gonna... Yeah, Papa's gonna try to fix it here, sweetie.
Yes, Tata. Big phone. Yes, Papa.
Alright, shout out to... this is called Romos. Let me get my glasses on here, folks. Bad enough I can't see, but especially can't see at night. Romos. This is a Romos 20,000 milliamp power bank. Now look, you'll see a lot of knockoffs on Lazada, and you'll order these things, and they're not 20,000 milliamps. They're like 5. I mean, they're all a rip-off. They're cheap. The battery don't last long. But this Romos, I highly recommend these. I bought several 20,000 milliamps, and these things have been a champion. And they're a fraction of the cost of like Anchor or any of the, you know, the name brand. Like, I've got a good one over there. I can't remember the name brand. But, you know, this is a lot cheaper than the name brands. And it is done... What's that smell, baby? It smells like something's burning.
No, it's not burning.
What is it?
It's a master muscle. I tried to put the
You tried to put the no.
Basta cleaner.
Oh, cleaner on the rug or the rag? Cleaner on the rag. Okay, I got it. What'd you need to clean during the brownout?
Here, because I'm scared. You have so many wires. Maybe they shock me. Why it's...
Okay, all right. I'm not going to argue with that. She said, well, there's a brownout around all the wires so she doesn't get shocked. Yes, sweetie. So it's funny when the power goes out here, you know, everybody goes out in the street, you know, because you're trying to figure out if it's just short power or the neighbors or the street, what have you. So a couple nights ago, the power went out. So, you know, you got to go out. And the minute I walked out the gate, there's another foreign dude down the way. You can see his silhouette. He's out in the street. As soon as I walked out, the power came back on. And he said, yay! And I'm like, yay! This was out like 5 minutes. So this thing's got a big old blue rechargeable battery in it. But unless my eyes are deceiving me, yeah, it's not a standard battery. So what do you do during the brownout? Step 1. Shed all the unnecessary clothes that you can shed, because it's just creating heat, right? Just sit around in your boxer shorts. So one thing to think about if you have a well, you know, Now we're not on a well here, but I guess the water pressure is so low. I mean, you have to have the pump, what have you. You only have a finite amount of water because that pump is obviously an electrical pump. So you want to move to the Philippines. You want to retire in paradise. These are things that occasionally you're going to have to endure, accept, put up with, deal with, understand, whatever word you want to use to come to terms with the fact that occasionally you'll be sitting here with no electricity. In Thailand, never happens. I mean, maybe way out in the province, but it just never happens. In the Philippines, it's behind. It just is. And if you're not prepared to deal with it and accept it, you need to pick another country. And go to Thailand. The infrastructure is 50 years ahead of this place. And that's just being honest with you. Sitting in basically a totally dark room. Put on this old camcorder. I got this night shot, so it's shooting infrared. But basically, we're all congregated in my office because I keep this air con running all the time for the computers. For the computer and the cameras and stuff, you know. So this room will stay cold for a little bit. So I said, you know what, just shuffle everybody into my little office, which is just a small bedroom. And hopefully they'll go to sleep while it's cool. You know, and once we get them to sleep, then we'll just open up the house, let the wind blow through. So before she's fighting, this is fighting going to sleep. Why? Because he's used to an air con and a fan. And this is the conversation I have with Fatima. She wants to take him to her village, which there's a brownout there all the time, and there's no air con. And let's be honest, it's going to be tough on a kid who's used to living with air conditioning. Kids in the village, they're not used to living with air conditioning. That's their norm. They deal with it. And I'm not saying that he can't deal with it, but you know, for a week trip, that's not long enough for him to get accustomed to it. You know, a lot of the kids here, like, the parents will put them down on a piece of cardboard on the floor, and they sleep on that just because it's cool. You know, it's cool. Concrete floor, what have you, is cool. If they don't have air conditioning in the house. Things you take for granted in the West, when you leave, especially America, you know, you take all that infrastructure for granted, and when you leave there, you realize it's very fragile. It's very fragile, and it can easily go down, be broken, be interrupted. Okay, we're gonna sit here and chill. Any developments? Oh, big development. I texted Eric. I said, hey man, y'all got electric over there? And nah man, we don't have any electricity over here either. It looks like it's widespread. So that's good and bad. If it's widespread, it means people are on the JOB. They have to be. If it was just my little street or our little subdivision, that's not a big priority, right? A few houses. But it seems more widespread, so at least they got somebody on the JOB. They have to, even on a late Saturday night. I just remember back in Patty at one New Year's Eve. Same thing happened. Boom! I was sitting in Patty Beer Garden when it happened. Boom! Transformer blew. All the walking street went dark. Oh my goodness. They kept partying, but you know, it's a different dynamic. Maybe this video is overly dramatic. Most people in this country, they don't sleep with air cons. They're used to brownouts. Oh, one thing Eric said, he said, maybe it's because it's been so damn hot lately and everybody's running their air cons. That's a good point. Because like I was saying earlier today, coincidentally, months ago we didn't run the air cons during the day. Now, you have to run air cons, it's so damn hot. So everybody that has an air con is probably running their air con at least, even if they're cheap, broke on a budget, you're still turning that air con on from about 12 to 4:30. And the grid can't handle it. Cannot handle it. Again, no nuclear power here. Folks, you believe this? Somebody's doing videoke. Sounds like the next street over, they're doing videoke. And I can see a damn spotlight going off way over there. Man, this adds insult to injury. Listening to horrible videoke. And I'm sitting here with no electricity. Look, you hear all them dogs barking? It's because of that chick singing videoke over there. I mean, they got to have electricity. Maybe they got a generator. Yeah, they got electricity. How in the hell they got electricity and we don't?
Yeah.
I want to feel the heat with somebody. I want to dance with somebody. With somebody who loves. Oh my God, it's Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston. She's killing the dogs. You show what I'm looking at though. No. You see those spotlights? There's spotlights going around. Now maybe those spotlights are running off a generator. I don't know. Alright folks, a brownout. From people videoke. There are literally spotlights in the field behind the field where the fire was. There's spotlights over there. What the hell's going on? That ain't no videoke. That's a damn concert or something going on over there. They got like spotlights going on. It's like in the field that burn or a little past the field. It's probably them some bitches using too much electricity for that damn party. Blew my damn transformer over here. I gotta put some pants on and go investigate this. Luckily we got solar perimeter lights here. Yeah. Hey, yeah. I said hey. Now she got it going on. What's going on? They're the culprits. They blew that transformer over there. That damn concert. Let there be light. Baby, that's not videoke. There's a damn concert going on over there. They got spotlights over in this field that was on fire. Yeah, go out there and listen. That's not videoke. That's a damn concert. They got spotlights going on. Somebody's partying like rock stars over there. And I'm over here sweating. Go out there and see. Go out there and see what I'm talking about. Alright. Here's what you do. Okay, this is a tip, because a lot of times when the power comes back on, it'll go back off again. When the power comes back on, you turn on every air conditioner in the house and you cool your house down as quickly as you can. And don't worry about everybody else. It's every man for himself. So what we'll do, we're going to cool this joker down to the extreme. All hands on deck. And good morning, folks. Another brownout. Everything went well last night after the electricity came back on. No problems all throughout the night. But there you go, 10:30 in the morning. Another brownout. hopefully this one won't last too long, and we'll be back in action. Think about moving to the Philippines? Get used to it. Something that you have to deal with here. At least I got some good music this morning. Maria's over here singing. Oh my goodness. How much makeup did she put on me today? This is a good time to just kind of reiterate, retap, revisit a subject that I talked about on a video. It's, you know, people ask me, man, there's so many beautiful places in the Philippines. Tropical islands and beautiful beaches. Why do you live in Angeles City? Why you live in Barreto? Folks, it boils down to one word, that's infrastructure. Everywhere else in the Philippines I've been, brownouts are a daily, weekly occurrence. It's something that you live with. If you're a 70-year-old, you're retired, you got plenty of money and plenty of money coming in, and you don't need to be online every day, go live anywhere you want, because you're not dependent upon the internet, which is dependent upon electricity. If you are the type of person like myself who needs to be connected, that's the two best places to live, in my opinion, in the Philippines. You either need to be in Angeles City or Barreto because of the stability of the electrical grid and the stability of the internet. I've talked to several folks who tried living other places. You know, my one buddy I ran into a few months back, he was down in Bohol and was trying to do some stuff online. He said, dude, I just couldn't do it. The damn power was always going out. The internet was slow. It was sketchy. It was going out. And so he elected to move up here to Angeles City. Why? Because you have stable electricity and internet. There you go. So in a nutshell, yeah, it'd be perfect to go live on one of these more basic ways of life. Just a laid back, lazy day on a beautiful beach somewhere on a sparsely populated island. That's fine if you don't need to be connected. But here, if you need to be connected, it's something you have to think about. So there you go. But as you see, even in Angeles City, occasionally, not very often, but occasionally. So we'll see how long this is gonna last. I was burning a video, in other words, saving a video. I've been editing, and I got the new MacBook Pro with an M1 Pro chip, not the M1 from last year. This is the 14.1 inch I went with. The battery life on this thing is pretty good. So I was in the middle of saving like a 28 gig video, 4K 30 frame video, and when it cut off. So there's no problem with the battery on this new MacBook Pro. It's gonna save it. But then, you know, you're sitting here with a file that can't be uploaded. Why? No electricity. Alright, just food for thought, my friends. You know, think about where you're gonna live, where you're gonna try to settle down, where you're gonna kick back and enjoy your retirement. In the Philippines, you need to be thinking of the word infrastructure. Okay? Thailand, you can pretty much go anywhere and not worry about it. In my opinion, in my experience, everywhere in Thailand, I've never had problems with electricity or the internet. If you got no patience with shit like this, go to Thailand.